what is the difference between a graveyard and cemetery, and the difference between a church, chapel, cathedral, and basilica. Okay, this is day 20, and in this video we will get to that explanation with me. First, the difference between graveyard and cemetery. So I've already said this in previous video. I forgot what day is it, but a graveyard and a cemetery actually is a synonym. Has the same meaning, that is a place where dead bodies buried. But the difference lay in, as in graveyard, it usually refers to the land where dead people buried, but it's located in within a church, and it's usually much more smaller than a cemetery, and it can also use to a place where like garbage, leftover stuff, leftover body, anything that are trash is thrown. Yeah. Whereas cemetery, the term is much more older than graveyard, and it is usually are more big bigger fast are more fast than graveyard, and usually it's not have a church around it, not surrounding, sorry. Okay, that is difference between graveyard and cemetery, and we move to the difference between church, cathedral, chapel, and basilica. First of all, a church, or in Indonesian we can translate it as gereja. A church is a place of worship and is run by a priest, or a priest. In Indonesian we call it pendeta, and it has permanent congregation and is much more bigger than the chapel. I forgot the explanation, sorry. So secondly, we move to the chapel. A chapel is same as church. It is a place for worship, and it's smaller than a church, and it can be referred to a small building, or even just a room in the church where people can or do their worship there, and it does not have a permanent congregation, obviously, and it can be visited at any time. Whereas church is basically, usually, normally, is visited in Sunday, right, by the Christianity, by the Christian. And move to the third word is cathedral, and cathedral is same as previous word, place of worship, but it is run by a pope. No, no, sorry, not a pope. It is run by a, I forgot the name. A bishop, yeah, a bishop. Bishop, in Indonesian we call it, we can translate it in Indonesian as uskup. A cathedral is has a bishop in it, and he 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 has the principal authority in run that place. And the word cathedral is derived from Latin or Greek. I forgot. From the word cathedra, and it is, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the word meaning a place, or a place where the bishop sit. Yeah. Okay. So the cathedral is basically any church. It can also be referred to church, but as long as there is a bishop in it, and then we can call it a cathedral. The fourth word is basilica. This is interesting because I thought the synonym of these, uh, the words is just three of them, but then when I read it, oh, there is also basilica. Basilica, usually used in the Italian, the Roman, the in the Vatican. I think that is not quite correct. Okay, let me repeat. Basilica, same place for worship, but it is run by a pope. Yeah, it is run by a pope, and it there's two. basilica. First is Basilica Major and two is Basilica Minor. Basilica Major is the term we that used to refer to four main basilica in the Rome. There's the name of them, but I forgot. I can and I didn't script it. I didn't script it this video before. Yeah, so that is the difference between four of them. So in conclusion, the church is run by a priest and has a permanent congregation, and chapel is much more smaller and it has no someone who runs it, and it has no permanent congregation, and it can be within a church. Cathedral is run by a bishop, and basilica is run by a pope. Okay, that is for today. Thank you. See you tomorrow.